Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to Layton Junction and this not so much update but a mini tour. Susannah from Milton Hall had very kindly asked would I give a quick tour of the layout, and only too happy to do so. What I will do, I'll start from the far side and slowly work my way around the layout, and we'll switch from here to the other view and I'll give a view of the entire new room as it is, because the original layout was an end-to-end. It only covered one half of the railway room. The other side was the workbench, and I decided that really the layout, a bit like its owner, was getting a bit frayed around the edges, and it was there was parts of it showing its age. It had been up about maybe 8-9 years, and there was parts I was finding difficult to get at simply because I'm not as bendy as I used to be. I can't quite get into the places I used to be able to a few years ago. So I thought, well, I'm still able to do it, we'll demolish the whole thing and start from scratch. And it was also a good opportunity to try new ideas. And I had been, before I actually became on YouTube, this channel really has only been going just over a year. But before that, I'd watched a lot of views people for many years, up to 8, 9, 10 years in some case. So I'd already watched quite a bit of this before I came back into the hobby, and the old layout was more or less finished before the nephew persuaded me to, it was him actually who set up the channel. And so it was a good opportunity to show everybody pretty much what I've learned over the last few years by watching all the views. And I have to say, to be honest, everything you see now is pretty much what I have learned from likes of views. So if the best way to put this, if I correspond with you on a regular basis, and there's quite a few people I do that with, then this is as much your creation as mine, because I've picked up all sorts of little bits and pieces from all the views, and everybody's been so gracious, giving tips and sharing their experience and the mistakes as well, which enhances the hobby for everybody else. And I'm always keen to try and give a shout out for everybody else and promote other channels and the hobby in general as well, because there is some very talented people out there. So as I say, as we go round it, all you people out there, this is as much your work as mine, because you have helped influence everything I've put down over the last few years, and it, as I say, has enhanced the hobby so much more for myself and everybody else as well. You should all be extremely proud of what you lot managed to create on YouTube. There was so many people I watch, I couldn't possibly go through them all. Go be here all bleeding day. So what I've done is I put a scroll of all the subscribers and patrons. At the end of this video, all your names will be up there. So we'll switch over to the other side of the layout and give a proper view, and we'll slowly go around the entire room. I will hopefully explain what I have done and what I hope to do, and areas to finish off, because by no means is this finished off. So we'll switch camera, I'll be back in a mo. Right, hello everyone, we're back. Right, so here we are. This is an expanded view of the layout and the room. As you can see, it's 19 feet by just over 8 feet wide. The actual layout itself is 30 inches in depth. I have 3 tracks, and as you can see, when I took the old layout down, I took the opportunity of completely refurbishing the room itself. So it's been repainted, new blinds up and new carpets, put all the memorabilia back. I have installed new wall lights, and I got some sockets, a remote control, so I can actually turn these off and on without having to muck about with switches. And apologies for the rattling in the back, that's one of my cats. They weren't feeding, they always weren't feeding. So I just have to ignore them for the minute. So yes, the layout now goes right the way around the outside of the entire room. I can sit in the middle reasonably comfortably. I've got not much more room. grubby trays underneath, and it just makes everything a lot easier. So what I shall do, Susannah, we will pan down and see if I can give you a closer look at the first entrance into the railway room itself. And what it is the farmland, the cricket ground, because I have tried to incorporate as much of the old layout in the new one, but also new features. I did find, however, I was a bit restricted. The old layout in places was 4.5 foot in depth, which gave me a great point to sort of make a square, town square, streets. I've had to compromise a bit, where now I've only got one main street, the back lane, the front road, pavement, just give enough room to have the platform in and 2 lines. So I've sort of had to, you know, I've had to compromise a little bit, but I still managed to cram quite a bit in. I've managed to give a good decent sized fiddle yard in, engine sheds and what have you. I've still managed to keep the church and the churchyard scene and all the other things, and incorporate a few new things as well. So I'll drop the camera down a bit and we'll pan in, and we'll give you a better view of what I've been up to over the last 10 months or so. Back in a minute. Hello, right, we're back, and here we are, the beginning of the layout. This is the door, the entrance into as you come into the layout, and I've kept some of I've managed to have a pan around, get some of the farmland scene in here with a bit of livestock. The manor house in front is, well, it is actually originally, it's the main station building, what was in the far corner of the old layout. It was too big for the platform, unfortunately, that I've got now. As I was saying, I've had to compromise a bit, purely for the size of what I've got to work with. So what I've done is I've made that now is the manor house, and you'll see from the other side, it fits in quite well with the cricket ground. So I was able to use that. So I was quite happy with that. And as you see me pan around the other side, did a little bit more farmland. And if I can manage to pan up without sort of too much shaking, you can just see the station and the main high street. So what we'll do is we'll come in to the middle of the room now, and I'll give you a view of the main high street with the platform and the back lanes and everything behind it, and the new cricket ground. Right, so here we are on the other side of the main entrance to the layout, and as you can see, you know, we have what I've made now is the manor house. And if I slowly pan round, this now is I'll drop down slightly. There you go. This is now the new cricket ground. We have our cricketers in play, and the other side we have sort of a kids area. If you bear with me, I'll just move the camera a little bit, not too much shaky vision. As you can see there, we have the little park with the kids, that's better, with their kites and such like, a screen van. I still have a little bit of work to do on this yet, I must admit. It's not quite finished. And then if we slowly move round, we're now coming down to, excuse the sort of shaky cam, position the camera here, there you go. This is the main high street. If I pan up and drop down slightly, there you go. So that's the main high street now. This originally was the main town square on the old layout, and I've more or less kept all the buildings, as you can see, and just made it one big high street, which it worked out quite well actually. And then you've got the station just behind there, and I've still got the street lights and all sorts of things to do up there yet. It's not finished by any means, but as you can see, it's pan up, you get an idea of actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of its holder. Bear with me, and we'll see what mess I can make of this. So anyway, bear with us. Yes, here we are. This is the back of the main high street with the back lane running along, and this would be the station. I mean, 2 platforms, that's all I could muster, unfortunately. As I say, the room's a little bit sort of at a premium, unfortunately, because it's only 30 inches deep, but never mind, it still has worked out reasonably well. So this is the main station, and it runs right up to the far side here. And then, as I say, I've managed to get a back lane, if I can give in. It's not quite finished yet. I need to do some more cobbled lane down the back, but as you can see, there's the railings to the back of the station and the canopy. If I dropped it down there, you get a better view of what I mean by that. And then we have the main high street itself. I'm pretty pleased with that. I've managed to finish this off, put my shoppers in place and various bits and pieces. I still need some street lights, and the buildings need to be lit as well, actually, but that'll be another project in the next few months when I manage to get some time off. And then we come up past the main high street to still got bits and pieces here. The bus station, the last of the shops, and this will be the main booking office as and when I get round to it. And these are some little train spotters that I've got to put in. Took to having a nap at the minute, but never mind. So yes, this is the bus station and the rest of my farmland at the back, and around the corner here I'll have my pub or the beer garden once I've finished this off. Fire station, police station together, and then I've got my petrol station here with the little farm building. I just plonked that there because I didn't want to waste it, quite frankly. I wasn't sure else what to do with it. At the back we have a few just bits and pieces, outbuildings and what have you, and I managed to finish off grassing the embankment around the back. It still needs a bit more work on it, I must admit. And if we come round to the other side, if I can hold this steady enough, the building in front, this big factory thing with the coal head, I picked that up at my local model shop at Pooley's Puffers, and it was hidden in the back, so I managed to wangle that out of him. I still have to make a scene for that. I'm actually not quite sure what to do. Obviously it'll have to be a National Coal Board scene with some wagons and what have you around the back here, but as to what I will do with that, I don't know as yet. I shall try, and if you bear with me, that's it. I'm coming a little bit closer. Oh no, that's better. Right, if I get a closer look at that. As you can see, it's quite a nice, whoever's made that's really done a nice job of it. So anyway, I'm going to incorporate some sort of scene with that in the next few months. Back to the matter in hand, we have around this side, this is now the new engine shed area and small fiddle yard. There is power to the 2 lines there with the 47 and the 37 is. There's power to them lines. And there's the rest of my engine shed area, which still needs a bit of work doing to it, I must admit. It's I mean, I've got it ballast and the track and everything down, but still needs a few little bits and pieces doing to it. And so at the back, I've managed now to get the rock face finished off, which I'm quite pleased with. That was I sent off for, what did I call it again? It was fine casting plaster, just from Amazon, and a couple of plaster cast, these rubber things you get, silicone I think they are, and I just used them, and the paint is just normal touch-up paints, popped, or what do you call them again? Match pots from likes of B&Q, you know, the little tubs. And I've just used a couple of ones of them grey ones and some rusting powders and a few bits of weathering powder, and they haven't come out too bad actually. And then I've just obviously grassed them up, and yes, they're not too bad. I watched your last video, Susannah, on the backgrounds. I had a nightmare with mine. I had the rolled on, I had them glued, I tried wallpaper paste, and it just, nothing seemed to work. I couldn't get the bubbles out, and it ended up in tears, and just ended up putting the damn things in the bin, and the air was blue. The whole afternoon wasted. I must admit, I'm not the most patient of modelers, unfortunately, at times, but I just end up painting the wall blue and just leaving it at that. But I may be tempted to try and put a couple of paint some clouds in. We'll see anyway. So we're back to the engine shed area. I'm reasonably happy with that now. As I say, there's still one or two bits and pieces I need to have finished off. Lighting, and the sheds need lighting in them as well, which I do have somewhere. I've still got bags of stuff everywhere. As you know, once you take your layouts apart, your whole place is just taken over with boxes and all sorts of rubbish. So we trundle up and onwards. This area is still, unfortunately, a bit of a mess. This area here is going to be under the bridge, the lake. I am going to pretty much, I sometimes do get criticised for this. I'm going to copy, I don't know if copy is the right word, but I'm going to take up what Dave Howarth did with his and a few other used guys, put my lake underneath, and a little area here, a little grassed area, you know, a pet area type of thing, you know, pet corner type thing. And then I'm going to have a lake underneath here, and I'm not sure actually what to do with this bit here. I think I'll probably have some tow paths and the parking area, the lake, people fishing and what have you. That's the idea anyway. And then something underneath there, not sure where. Then that brings us down to the church and the cemetery area, which has turned out quite well actually, not too bad at all. Still need a bit more greenery. And as I say, it comes back around the incline from the bridge back this corner. Again, I need something done with that. I'm not sure what. I've got actually some electricity pylons, and I've got a little electric substation to build. So we'll see how that turns out. It'll either work out or it'll end up in the bin as well. Sometimes these things do with me. It's a plastic kit, so anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Idea is where all this polystyrene is, hill this off, level it, have an incline coming down this side, put my electricity pylons in, and have the substation there. Again, here we are. This is the church area with the church graveyard, and the little fellow at the end doing his beehives and what have you. And so we have the war memorial, which is quite apt for this time of year. Again, I still have lighting to put in there. Again, this side of the layout, unfortunately, is still not finished. These were the moulds I used for the rock face, which are very useful. Again, we've got our more street. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, I must admit. Probably some cobble lane of some sort. Anybody has any ideas, please do drop us a line. I'm always open to suggestions. And then it brings us neatly back round to the farm scene again, and back to the cricket ground and our sheep. There's still an awful lot to do, I must admit, but slowly getting there. As I say, I'm still working, ain't retired yet, so unfortunately I can only get in at weekends. But a quick scoot up, and this is, again, these were the wall lights I fitted onto a remote control, which I've got the wrong remote. Hold on, we'll spin round, and there they are. It saves having to muck about, bending all the time. Anyway, so we're back. I managed to get some shelves up. That's where the fleet is housed, together with some of the memorabilia. These plates belong to my late uncle, as did quite a few of these engines. And originally this is why the channel came into being. It was initially to show the family that the progress I'd made by sort of restoring some of his engines and getting sound into them. Unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to hear them, which is a great shame. But that was the idea behind the channel, and I had absolutely no idea, no notion at the time what a huge community this was, and what I was letting myself in for. I didn't really think anybody other than immediate family would be interested, and lo and behold, here we are, just what, I think we're just coming up to 2 years, I think, and 200 subscribers, which is amazing. So anyway, there you go. There is the tour, everybody. It's not a lot to show, I know, but well, we're getting there, and hopefully after Christmas I'll get this area finished off. As you know, most of my regulars know I'm a postman, so this time of year, creeping up now, is going to be exceptionally busy, and I won't have as much time as I would like to get in here. So I'm hoping early into next year I should be able to finish this area off and have some new stock to show, as they say. So anyway, there is the tour, such as it is. Thank you very much for showing interest, and we will speak to you soon. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.